Okay, hello and welcome to my stream. My name is Jason, also known as Dragon11. I'm going to be shiny hunting on Violet today. So first time doing it midweek. This is technically a delayed stream that I was planning to do at the weekend. I've actually had to turn my clock back to get the outbreak I'd found, which is Frigibax, which is just down here. So it's going to be a bit of a hard one to spot today. I want to get a couple of these, so let's see how that goes. So he's not the easiest to spot. Got a couple of hours to search for it, so hopefully all goes well. Where are they? Yeah, these are going to be a little tricky to spot in general. They do have a slight colour difference, but actually spotting that isn't going to be easy. So to get the shiny odds up, I'm just going to start knocking them out. So if I find one that it can't attack, terrain issues, that will hopefully show it's a shiny to start with. Come on. Yeah, doing this on a slope isn't the best. So I got one of these from, I think, using a sandwich before. But that was in a... I kept getting hit by blizzards while I was doing it, which made it quite hard to spot the shinies. And I was limited to the half hour of the sandwich each time, so not the best, but hopefully this will be a little bit easier. Okay, it's going to get annoying with the slope. This is a bad spot, it's just the slope's going to get in the way a little bit. There's a very subtle colour difference to these in general, but I'm hoping if I can see them clearly and not in a blizzard, I should be able to spot it, or I've got the little dangly bits, that's hands, that are a bit more of a giveaway. You do have to look quite closely to see them. As I said, I was originally planning to do this at the weekend, so unfortunately I wasn't feeling too well, so it got delayed. As I'm finished everything else I've been streaming, I figured I might as well do it midweek for a change. So until I pick something else to play, sort of long term, I may just keep shiny hunting as my main thing for the time being. Starting to go down. I'm not entirely sure what I'll go for if I get the two of these that I need before the end of the stream, but I'm hoping I do get two of these before the end of the stream, because I've been getting 3 to 4 shinies per stream on this, so far. But getting less than 2 will be quite disappointing. I'm kind of afraid one of those is going to be shiny. Terrain is still getting in the way. Doesn't seem to properly path the attack order if there's a slope with different edges to it. Which yeah, you can see the yellow dangly bits off its hands here. I think it's supposed to be snot, maybe. It's been wiping its nose on its hands. It's got snot dripping from them, which is kind of gross. That's what it is in my head anyhow, so it may not be what it's supposed to be. But yeah, but those yellow bits of pink, I believe, in the shiny, if I remember correctly. I have a shiny in my box, I can check if I need to. I think the shiny is a bit more bluey in colour rather than grey as well. So I'm hoping that will show up clearer when I see it. A lot of other things sort of overlapping with it, which is a little bit annoying. My last stream was on Tuesday this week, which was Genshin Impact, exploring the Ochkanatlan region of the latest update, doing the main story from that area. I was playing it more yesterday off stream and cleared out the entire area, so 100% of the exploration there. And in doing so I got the Scarlet Obsidian Relics, I think it was, to make the Scarlet Obsidian Ring, which allowed me to get into the last of the tribal troves, which also allowed me to 100% the previous region, the Cliffs region. So that's all the 5.2 areas 100%ed for now, so not really got much left to do stream-wise on there. So there were a couple of sort of smaller quests I did find yesterday, but nothing that I thought would be worth streaming. It's just sort of go here, go here, go here, fight this. Fairly straightforward sort of progression quests. Fun to play, just not that interesting to stream, I don't think. For that not many left notification to pop up now. It was just a lighting made it look a slightly different colour. Okay, you're going to be a pain again. So you can see the edges between the different surfaces which it gets stuck on. And that's the notification saying there's not many left. Knock out a couple more just to be safe. Now it's just a case of checking them all as I go out, which is the hard part. So this is where it gets a bit tedious. Hoping the shiny just is visible, but I'll actually be able to check. I can pull my one out of the box, I can send it out and compare it. Yeah, there it is. Not what I meant to do. That's the difference I'm looking for. So the spike should be fairly easy to spot at least. Yeah, it is just a lighter blue. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, that should be easy to spot. That should be very easy to spot, so it shouldn't be a problem. So this shouldn't be too hard. I wonder if I can do a picnic reset here. Nah, too much of a slope. Can I do it across the slope to trick it? No. Right. That's a bit annoying, but not the end of the world. Just have to run back and forward. To reset them each time. The spike looks like it will be noticeably lighter at least. The spike is usually quite dark compared to the rest of its body. On the shiny it looked quite a bit lighter. Well, not still darker than the body, but lighter than normal. So if anyone has any suggestions for other things that might be good to stream, I'm open to suggestions. I've got a comment box on Discord, and not Discord, Twitch. And you can just drop a message in the comments on YouTube if you're watching the VOD on there. So I'll be uploading everything to YouTube as well afterwards. So I mostly play Nintendo games on Switch a lot of the time. When I'm sort of out and about, I like to have something to do if I've got nothing else to do. So I take my Switch with me a lot. Tend to watch TV or other Twitch streamers while I'm playing a lot of the time to have a bit of background noise. So I've always liked sort of Nintendo games. So Pokemon is obviously my favourite. Also like Zelda, Pikmin, bit of Metroid. Mario depends on the game. It's kind of hit and miss with Mario and me. So most Mario games are fine, but to respawn. No, I prefer the 3D Marios to the 2D Marios. Same with Metroid actually. I prefer the 3D Metroid to 2D Metroid. I think Zelda's probably the only one of those sort of era of games that I like both the 2D and the 3D. So you got the top-down Zelda, which I do like. So they've been doing a lot of the newer one, or some of the newer ones, sort of alternate between some 2D, some 3D. Well, it's not really 2D anymore. It's a top-down view. It's essentially the 2D type of Zelda game. Obviously, like Smash Brothers and Mario Kart are always good fun. I think my first games console was actually a sort of like Sega Master System 2 with like Sonic and like Alex Kidd. And, I think the game we ended up playing the most was like Bank Panic, which was just you had to go to doors and shoot hats off bank robbers as they came through before they shot you. It was kind of stupid, but it was a bit of fun. So I've still got all my old consoles. Don't know if they still work, but always like to have them in case I want to try getting them working again. But probably worth a bit now, sort of collectibles and stuff. But yeah, from that I think I went on to the PS1. I think I got the Game Boy Color possibly first, before the PS1. It's really hard to remember the order with the handhelds compared to the home consoles. I think it might have been the... What was it? Yeah, I think I got Game Boy Color first. And I was like 9? I think I got it with Pokemon Blue. That was my first Pokemon game. Got it around my 9th birthday. Which was technically a year early. You're supposed to start your Pokemon journey at the age of 10. Which I always found kind of funny. Yeah, from there sort of... Handheld wise, I've always stuck with Nintendo, so... Game Boy Color, went to Game Boy Advance SP, I think it was, when the... Game Boy Advance games came out. Trying to double check what I've got on here. Or what the shiny what I got. But yeah, so Game Boy Advance. I went straight to the SP because I think the SP was already out by the time Ruby and Sapphire came out, at least over here. They might have come out around the same time. Then DS, I basically used to death. I dropped it one time and had to super glue the hinge back together. Still works. Still works to this day. And I think I went to DSi when that came out. And then I think I jumped to the new 3DS. I got the Ambassador edition of that. So handhelds have always stuck with Nintendo. Switch is a bit of a funny one because it's a bit of both, but home console wise, after the Master System 2, I said I went to the PS1. I then my friend actually introduced me to the GameCube, which I'd never really considered it because I sort of missed the N64 time. And, there wasn't any Pokemon games on the GameCube at first. It was only when Colosseum came out, which was actually a few months after my friend introduced me to it. I think I got it. I think I did hold off getting a GameCube until Colosseum came out. I think I did get it with Colosseum in the end. But I was debating getting it for Colosseum at the time. But my friend bought his around to play one time, and I think we just played Smash Bros and Mario Kart, and I was hooked. So I know I want the GameCube. Just lighting. So I still had my PlayStation, my PS1 at that point. Well, I still do technically, but I was still playing on the PS1. Ooh, sneasel. So some things I'd play on PS1 still. But I was just playing sort of odds and ends on PS1. There was nothing that I really got hooked on, but on the GameCube, just hooked straight away. So I didn't really get into Zelda at that point. I think I got some of the Zelda games. I think I got a collector's disc with some of the old ones on, and I did get Wind Waker, but never really played them that much at the time. So on the GameCube I just got hooked straight away, so I think my friend lent me Pikmin, and then Pikmin 2 came out and got that, so that got me into the Pikmin games. So I do like those games. I say a lot on stream, but I do like games with puzzling elements, and Pikmin is more strategy with sort of puzzle elements to it. I sort of refer to puzzle as my use of the word puzzle is very flexible. It's sort of problem to be solved. It's my use of the term, not strictly a traditional puzzle. But so I see the Pokemon game as a bit of a puzzle with the type matchups, working out what moves is the best to use in different situations. I see all that as little puzzles. Pikmin was very sort of puzzle heavy with how to take on different enemies, how to get items past obstacles, and all that sort of thing. But yeah, after I got the GameCube, I think I did get a PS2. I did get a PS2 after the GameCube, but I hardly played it. So I had like GTA and stuff, which I'd play with my friends from time to time, and we'd have a bit of fun, but I just never got into it that much. So it's just not the sort of game that really appeals to me for that sort of thing. Oops. So I think after the PS2 I didn't bother getting any other consoles at all, really. So I'd play the odd sort of little game on my computer or whatever, but it was pretty much just Nintendo all the way from there, so I just didn't see the point in getting anything else. I had more than enough games on Nintendo consoles to keep me busy. So there wasn't any call for anything else. So I only really got a proper gaming laptop when I was at uni studying architecture. We have to do a lot of rendering for our design work, and I found that specs required for rendering was actually very similar to those required for... I did not hit him. It was very similar to the specifications required for playing games on PC, so as I was sort of going back and forth from campus, I needed something portable, so I got a laptop. Went for a gaming laptop to have the processing power and graphics power. Since then I've started playing PC games a bit more, so not a huge amount, so I still go back to... If I can get it on the Switch, I'll get it on the Switch, unless it's like ridiculously cheaper to get it on PC, but... So the Switch is still the go-to if I can, just because I can play it on the go. But yeah, so that's my sort of gaming history. I've actually got an OLED Switch now. Still got the original Switch. So technically got two Switches, but now I'll probably be getting whatever new console they are due to announce next year. Just check for a pink flower. I think we can all but guaranteed to be getting a new console announced for next year at some point, because everything's pointing towards it. So this year's been a bit slow on games, and that's usually a sign that they're holding the new ones back for a new console. So hopefully it will just be a sort of similar sort of thing to the Switch, just more powerful and just able to play more games on it, really. So just to get a bit more support. Outbreak, the board over there. When you see them moving in groups like that, I just find it funny at times. I hope I don't miss a shiny as I'm doing this. That's what I don't really like about moving around. They can appear further away than where you're looking. Oops. I swear these just have a massive hitbox for some unknown reason. Oops. Went down instead of up. And into another one. Okay. Yeah, so I've always really been sort of very much dedicated to Nintendo. So, as far as I can be. So if things aren't on Nintendo consoles, then you've got to play them elsewhere. So I think the first sort of major game I played on my laptop was Jedi Fallen Order, I think it was. So I like that sort of game. So just as well, but I can get a bit focused at times. So as I was playing Arkham Knight, I was finding myself getting sort of a bit too into the game and not really sort of stopping to check chat too much. So I had to set up the notifications to give a little sound notification whenever I get a message in chat now. Which I'm pretty sure I started up before I started stream today. If I didn't, I'll have to sort that in a bit, but I think it's running, so it should be fine. This is probably going to be a bit of a long hunt because of how hard it is to spot, so I have to take my time. See, they're popping in as I'm moving away, and that's really annoying. So it's not hard to shiny hunt, it's just time consuming. So I'm still working on my shiny Ash Hat Pikachu hunt on my 3DS. Which, that is a very long one. I've been at that for quite a while now already, and it is full odds, and you cannot improve the odds with the shiny charm either, because it's a gift. So I'm pretty sure the shiny charm does not affect gift Pokemon. So I'm going for full odds shiny Ash Hat Pikachu, which doesn't even have a shiny sprite or model or anything. It will look different from it then, it doesn't. Just the lighting again. So the lighting makes this really annoying. So I'm hoping this is just noticeable straight away when it comes up. Because you think it wouldn't be noticeable, but I think it is noticeable. I think when I was doing the sandwich hunting, I had to take a few attempts at that as well, because I was struggling to actually find or spot the one in the shade, one out of the shade, makes it really confusing. I've just got a notification through Discord. Now that is nothing to do with me. Actually, while I'm looking on my laptop, I should check. Yeah, my sound notifications are turned on. After my little bug I had at the weekend, I'm still at run down, so apologies for that. So it's just unfortunate timing, just so I wanted to be streaming. I wasn't feeling too well. Oh, I'm taking so long to look at the spikes on the back. And just look at the snot dribbles. Okay, did I hit that or not? I need to give these quite a big berth, I think. Yes. Checking as many as I can before I reset them. Hope one doesn't just appear as it goes out of range. Which has happened to me before, I've seen it happen. One was facing in a different direction and it looked a different shade of grey. Been back on the job hunt again over the past couple of days, well, past few days. Getting some more CVs and stuff sent off. So it's not a good time to be in architecture at the moment, unfortunately. That's why I'm currently streaming and not working. So, just want to see how streaming goes. So, if I get a job, I may or may not continue streaming. So, but I do kind of need to get a job at some point again. So it's just a bit of a quiet time for architecture at the moment. So the problem is we were doing a lot. We was having too many buildings designed and built all at once, and it wasn't sustainable. So we're now in a bit of a slump where there's not enough work to go around. So I keep hearing about other practices that are shutting down or merging to keep in business. Places just don't have room for new employees at the moment. So the place I was at, the director was getting on a bit, so he was probably thinking of retiring anyhow, and probably shut the business down when he did. So within a year or two, so it was only a matter of time before I'd have to go somewhere else, but it's just unfortunate that it's at a time when there isn't much work going around. So he was prompted to do it sooner than he would have liked, due to the lack of work. Oops. I think it all comes down to just the housing market at the moment. People aren't buying houses enough, and we have a housing development near here that was supposed to have been completed by now, and I don't think they're even halfway through it. Well, it might be halfway through, I'm not sure. It's not complete. Nowhere near complete. It's quite a large development. But they stopped construction on it because they just weren't selling houses. We had developer company that we worked with that went under, and they're a source of a lot of our work, but they'd been paying to get so many more houses built, but not actually selling them to make the money back, so they ran out of money. Which is just how it goes sometimes. But the council had started a scheme to increase the amount of housing available. So they set a target for build so many houses each year, which was not a sustainable target. As you kind of run out of land. All you had to do was get them through planning, I think. But they were pushing to get as many through planning as they could. Oops. We had tons of houses, or housing developments that we designed to be built, but got them all through planning and stuff, but hardly any of them were actually built, at least while I was still at the practice. And that's where the problem comes. They're not going to get new developments designed until they've got the ones that they've got designed already built. So that caused a drop in workload and couldn't keep me on. So the council wanted to get more houses built, I think, to to reduce the cost of houses, to make more people buy houses. Problem is, it doesn't quite work as simply as that, because of the cost to actually build the houses has gone up. With Brexit and everything, materials and labour and stuff have all increased, so the cost of houses is actually related to that, rather than just how much they can charge for it. There's a little bit of how much they can charge for it, but a lot of developers are trying to get as much as they can out of as little money, which quite often means building big houses. Can hold more people, so they can charge more money for them, but not many people want houses that big a lot of the time, so those are the most frustrating ones. Because they have like 4 and 5 person houses that are built and just sitting unoccupied. People want just like 1 or 2 bedroom houses and they're not being built because they are not as efficient in the space and money. They quite often come to you and say, I want this many houses on this amount of land, and you have to squeeze them in as tight as you can. Well, they say they want this many of X size house on this land. Some of them you can end up with really tiny gardens for what they should be, but you do what you can in that situation. So a job's a job, but then they just sit unoccupied, so gets a little frustrating, but oh, what's that? What's that? That looks different. Is that just lighting again? That was just lighting again. That was right. I think the light must have been right in line with it. Made it light up a bit. Yeah, so just sort of got to wait to try and find somewhere that's looking for someone. I technically could try and start my own practice, but there's just not the business around for it, so I'll probably end up spending more money than I make just trying to set something up. But work usually picks up in the new year, so sending my CV out now ready for the new year to come around. And if more work does start to come in, which it may do, I'm hoping it does, but practices will probably start looking to take someone on then. But fingers crossed. But in the meantime, I want to give streaming a go. So as long as I'm not in work, I'm going to be streaming. So if I sort of build up a sort of small following, I may continue streaming just less often if I do find a job. Can't really say for sure yet, as just got to wait and see. But that's why I'm not really in a hurry to get too much set up for the channel. I'm going to be doing stuff slowly. not in a hurry to do it. It's when the light's right down their spines that it looks a lot lighter. Yeah, I had been looking for work since I got made redundant, but just nothing around for someone in my position. So there's been vacancies for like technologists. A lot of places sort of listing it as for an architectural assistant. When you actually look into what they're expecting, it's clearly they're just looking for a technologist. They just don't know what they're asking for. So some places are just actual builders that are trying to hire someone to do the drawings for them, so they don't have to spend the money on hiring architects, which is a bit naughty, because you should really get someone with proper insurance and stuff to design your buildings. So if you're working in a company that's not properly insured and something goes wrong with the design of the building, if you're not properly insured, it will come down on your head. So come down, and you'll get all the blame for it. You'll be buggered. So it could just screw you up. Screw up your entire career if something goes wrong in that sort of situation, which I don't really want to do. Oops. There we go. One of the practice I worked for before my last one. So the first practice I worked for, we actually ended up having to take over a job after an architect that had been working on it sort of bugged it up before. And it was a large house with a basement, basically, which seems fairly straightforward. Problem is, when you build a watertight container like that in the ground, it has a tendency to float if it gets filled with water. And that's exactly what happened. It rained and the building started floating out of the ground. Well, the building wasn't completed at the time. I think they just finished the basement, or they just done the outer skin of the basement, and it started to float out of the ground when it started raining. And they got in a bit of trouble for that. And then they approached our practice, well, the practice I worked for at the time. And we had to sort it out, which I think just meant building the walls thicker so it didn't float out of the ground. It gave it more weight. But they had not designed the basement properly to begin with. But basements are a notorious issue. So if the water doesn't drain through the soil properly, which in this area we've got a lot of clay soil, so water does tend to pool a bit. If it builds up too much, then it can cause a basement to float out of the ground. You've got to make it heavy enough, or find some way of anchoring it into the ground to stop it from floating. So once the main building's on top, it will just weigh it down for you, but you don't want it moving while you're constructing it. And that's exactly what happened. I think it was fine in the end. I think they came to us because we were working on a similar building nearby. I think they just hadn't built the wall thick enough. So they built it for strength, but they never thought about the building floating. So needed to have a bit more weight to it to weigh it down and hold it in place. Just an odd little thing that can happen. But happen it did. I don't think I've ever... none of the practices I've worked for have ever run into an issue quite like that, I don't think. So I think the most problematic times have been like when a survey hasn't matched the actual built form of the building. So dimensions that we've specified for something don't actually match what's there. I'm usually fairly good at catching those sorts of instances, but that is something that can quite easily happen when surveying a building. Just get one dimension wrong and then someone drawing up the dimensions assumes it correct when it isn't, and adjusts other dimensions to match it, and that sort of throws off the whole thing. Well, almost an hour in now and still no shiny. This is going to be an annoying one. I need to just pick up the pace and keep moving rather than stop start like I've been doing. It's always on to the back to me that I can't quite tell. Pretty sure it will be noticeable. When I compared them earlier, they looked very clearly different. Yeah, while I've been out of work, I've had to claim job seekers allowance. Fortunately, that's now run out, so I can only claim it for 6 months. And it's now been 6 months since I was made redundant, so had my last form to drop off today. Not today, yesterday for that. And that's why I have been doing the schedule that I have been of streaming alternating weeks of Monday and Wednesday and Tuesday and Thursday. I'm usually busy every other Thursday anyhow, and it just happened that every other week I was having to go in every Wednesday, or every other Wednesday, to do job seeker stuff. But now that that's done with, I'll be free every Wednesday. So I may stream more consistently on Wednesdays. I'm not sure yet. I may just do something else on Wednesdays and just keep to the alternating thing because I still have to work around Thursdays. I might just do Mondays and Wednesdays each week. Might be a bit more consistent stream-wise. That way it avoids Thursdays either way. So shiny hunting is always my go-to as something to do gaming-wise. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing for the time being. I do play a bit of like Lethal Company and golf with your friends, with some friends every so often. But with things going on, we've been struggling to meet up online to do that for the past few weeks, unfortunately. That's a shiny Cubchoo, isn't it? Yes, it is. I was playing Legends Arceus the other day and hit the button for that. Well, it's a shiny, so that's something. Not the one I was looking for. Hold on. Keep pressing buttons again. Let's just go for removal. I've got so many on. Yeah, so this might be my last Thursday stream for a while if I do switch over to just Mondays and Wednesdays. So, weekend streams are a bit more inconsistent because I play Pokemon Go and they tend to do their events at the weekends. So I've got one of them on, I won't be streaming that weekend. Oh, I haven't actually zoomed out. Yeah, Pokemon Go is a bit of a... the events are a bit hit and miss, that I find. So, I'm pretty sure there's like different teams that work on the game, and I think of it that there's one good team that just makes fun events. They're thinking about players, they make events that players will want to do. Hi there. They just find me hunting for a Frigibax. I've just found a Cubchoo, which wasn't what I was going for. But just started talking about Pokemon Go events, as I had been streaming my shiny hunts at the weekends. So when I've been not doing a Pokemon Go event, but as I'm more free on weekdays now, I'll probably be streaming Pokemon Go, not Pokemon Go, but just Pokemon shiny hunting weekdays more now. Just trying to work on my shiny decks at the moment. So Frigibax is what I'm after right now. Rhyme breaks for cocoa eggs, yeah. I've done the shiny hunting, for the shiny breeding for a cocoa already. Got my Skeledirge here, which I bred for. So all of these are shinies. They do take a while, so probably not going to be streaming breeding shiny hunts. So with the outbreaks, I can at least keep moving and keep talking at the same time, so as much as I can. So I'm still not entirely used to it. Yeah, the bad ones. So just focusing on Paldea at the moment with mine, so I've got most of it filled in, so the household is going to be an issue with the 3 family. Need to find them. One more of them. Those are in parties. That's in a party. That's in a party. I thought I had another Strudel. I guess I need to find another Strudel. That'll be another one to find. I just want I had one. It might be on the other game. I might have it on my other game. I'll have to come back for that one. Yeah, so fairly complete. Yeah, leaving the forms is gonna save a bit of time. I've done some stupid shiny hunts with all the different forms of those and those, all shiny, and those. They were fun. So, my other various shinies from the games. And it's still going, I guess. Yeah, I've done a lot of shiny hunting. So, some rather stupid hunts. I've just been doing it for a while, so... I started shiny hunting back on Platinum, I think it was. Just sort of kept going since I need to transfer all my old shinies over at some point. So work out what I need for my proper living shiny decks. So after a while I just tend to pick it up and just do it while I'm not doing anything else. So it's quite easy to just come and go from as I like. So it's nice and relaxing just to cruise around trying to spot shinies. So I just do it while doing other things. So I watch telly and stuff while doing the odd shiny hunt here and there. So if I have a spare half hour, I'll crack a game out and have a search for something. So it's only my 4th time shiny hunting on stream. Over like 2 months I've been streaming for now, I think. Yeah, 2 shinies, pretty good. So I've got the Cubchoo so far today, and that took an hour, but I'm not really looking for that. So this one is just going to be a pain to spot for the Frigibax. So I've already got one, I just need 2 more, so... I'm hoping it does just become easy to spot when it does appear, but it's not the easiest to spot. The Cubchoo, when it popped up by the side, that was easy to spot. Yeah, sick day for a Noibat. Yeah, the more time you got, the easier it is to get them. So I'm in between jobs at the moment, so I've got plenty of time at the moment. So just been playing other games a lot in between. So between job hunting as well. So BP farming, yeah. So I haven't done that much BP farming, to be honest. I think I got as much as I needed to and then just stopped. I think I got a lot just while shiny hunting, so shiny hunting and BP farming are quite easy to do alongside one another. $100,000 BP. Yeah. Pretty good. No idea what I'm at BP wise. Can't even remember where it says. I think I used up most of my BP a while back, so I don't really pay attention to the currencies in game because I tend not to need them for much. I'm just shiny hunting a lot of the time. I usually find what I need to just by roaming around like this. Fair enough. I just do stuff for the fun of it. I'm not particularly interested in bragging rights, so. So I'm not a particularly competitive person. If I do something, it's just for my own sort of personal achievements. I tend to do things just to see if I can do them. It doesn't show my BP. I'm just trying to think what. LP. Do I have an item or anything for? No, I really don't. Take them off, do I? Probably have to go to the academy to check it. Doesn't really bother me. I think I was up to doing all the friendship stuff in Blueberry with the other trainers in the club room and stuff, which I just couldn't be bothered with. Really annoying the lighting makes them look so different. See one of these from behind, it looks completely different from the front. Just because the way the lighting looks on them. Okay, you're just... Okay. So to get me stuck there for a minute. Despawn as many as I can. Yeah, this is one of the more time-consuming hunts. Sure, I'll say that. My hunt for the unknowns was my first shiny hunting stream. I thought I'd try hunting for unknowns on Legends Arceus, just to complete the Shiny Unknown decks. I figured that would be an easy place to find them. And before I done it, I had a bit of a test to see how hard they were to find. Half an hour, got a shiny. And then done a 2-hour stream and got one. So it's not that consistent. I'm now up to 6, I think. I've got 6 of the Unknown Shiny and Legends Arceus now. I've got a few of the others elsewhere, but I'll need to find them to work out what ones I've got exactly. So I've got them scattered around many games right now. So I will need... Is that shiny? That's shiny! Hey! Look at that! Yay! Get a good angle on it. Yeah! That's one. Oh, thank God. Almost had a heart attack with the takedown. That's why I use Serral Edge. It's immune to takedown and double edge. Ah. There it goes. Oh, that's my second shiny for the stream. And that's the one I was after, so that's one of the two. I need one more for the decks. But quickly save that. Yeah, shiny. Should really mark this one off as well. I'll sort the Cubchoo in a minute. And that's the actually, I'll just leave it here for now so I can see what I've got during the stream. Check them for... Oh! The Cubchoo had a mark as well. That one doesn't. It's a sleepy time Cubchoo. That seems fitting. Save again. Right. Now to keep going for another one. And the blizzard is not going to help. So that wasn't too bad to spot, unfortunately. So, I'm hoping the next one doesn't take too long. So, what was that? Hour and 15 minutes? Probably got about another 45 minutes left to stream today. See what I get. I should really pay more attention to the stuff that's around here as well, like I did with the Cubchoo. So the Cubchoo is easy to spot, so something like Satitan or Satotl might be a bit harder to spot. Sneasel's easy to spot. Cubchoo's easy to spot. Snorant's easy to spot. So that Delabird's easy to spot. Some of them will be easy to spot if they're... Ghastly, probably easy to spot. So Toddle, I think, are a bit trickier. It shouldn't be too bad if they do appear shiny. But my attention is definitely on the Frigibax. Funny lighting again. Try and get them to despawn. I'd ideally try and find a spot where I could set up a picnic for ones like this, but God, basically in silhouette. Sun is not at a good angle right now. Ooh, Snom. How's he a Snom to spot shiny? I think I might spot him shiny. I looked at my laptop. Wasn't paying attention to where I was going. Right. There's another shiny. Doesn't look like any shinies right now. Keep at it till they show up. Technically, 2 shinies in a little over an hour is probably keeping on pace for my streams, so that's not too bad. Now that I've found one, I can probably pick up the pace a little bit because I'm more confident I can spot them. A funny hitbox for their size, so you can quite easily bump into them. Yeah, you are really too hard to tell if you're shiny because you're under a tree right in the shade. You're not shiny. Trying to find... something else. Bergmite are a bit of a pain to spot shiny because it's only their legs that change. So I think a yellow? Or is it blue? Like a yellow and blue instead of blue and white or something like that. I seem to recall them being easier to spot than you'd think. Keep checking dealing because I think I've got 2 Swordsbuck and 4 dealing. I think the dealing you can change form, but the Swordsbuck you can't, maybe? Can't remember. But ideally want to have 4 of each, so keep checking them every time I see them. Last 2 times I've streamed, I've ended up with a shiny in the last sort of minutes of streaming, so just I've been about to end, the shiny's popped up. So I've had a fairly good timing to end the stream on, but I get the feeling that shiny luck isn't going to continue forever. So ideally get them before the end. It's good to end on a shiny if I can. But see, they look different colours, but it's just the lighting. Some shinies are rather hard to spot. Why are there so many Bergmite? Yeah, this is quite a interesting one to go for. So the first one I got from a sandwich hunt, and that was in a blizzard as well, which was a pain in the arse. And that took quite a while to get. So these ones aren't in a blizzard, got a bit of snow, but not sort of constant blizzards as where the other ones were, but still not the easiest to spot. But so I found one already today, so hopefully I'll be able to spot any more that show up. So I just want one more for the shiny decks. So I've got 3, one for each evolution. So I've done some pretty nasty ones before now, shiny hunt wise. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of focus to spot at times. This one should be... Yeah, I think I did do an isolated spot, but every time I popped a sandwich, there was a blizzard. And it made it really hard to spot, and I think I went through like 3 sandwiches before I found a shiny, something like that, which was kind of annoying. Yeah. So here we get like the occasional blizzard, but doesn't make it too bad. The lighting is a bit funny. Being on the slope, I can't do a picnic reset of the spawns, which would be handy. Because having a fixed point of view would make it a bit easier to spot when they're shiny. So I just gotta make do with what we got, so it's just an outbreak that I'd pop up at the weekend. So I was going to do this hunt on Sunday on stream, but wasn't feeling too well, so I ended up rolling my clock back today to get it. They're easier in the sense that I am not restricted by the time restriction that the sandwiches have. So the sandwiches you can probably get more, but in the same time span, but in order to do that you have to get the ingredients. You need the herb mystica, and actually the actual process of getting the herb mystica and then doing the sandwich and whatnot. And then if you don't get a shiny, then you've wasted the herb mystica. It's just, I just find it easier to do the outbreaks because they're just more straightforward. So you just knock out a load to get the chances up and then just wait for the shiny to appear. So you're not investing any resources into it, it's just time. So, and I do like taking my time to just wander around. No, not sandwiches, it's just an outbreak. Just a regular outbreak, no sandwiches or anything. That's a Bergmite, that's a shiny Bergmite. Oh, that's the third shiny for the stream. That's a lot easier to spot when you've got a group of them. Yeah. When you just see it on its own, it's hard to spot. Don't heal yourself. Ooh. Ah, it's too low level. Yeah, got it. I have a habit of just using Premier Balls for shinies. I have been doing that since the Let's Go games. Yes, it was the... I did look at the underside to double check, but as soon as I saw the colour difference on top, so spotting them in a group is a lot easier. So that was rather handy. So just pop on the star mark and I always do. Yeah, so I was a bit... I set myself a challenge of getting a shiny Mewtwo in a Premier Ball on the Let's Go games. And that was stupid, but I done it. So just getting the shiny Mewtwo to start with and actually getting to catch it. So you had to battle it first as well, which was also a pain. So I think I had to use Toxic on Venusaur to drain it enough. So fortunately, you didn't have to worry about knocking it out. But you then had the issue of it running. So they can still run, and you can also run out of balls on Let's Go. So I was lucky enough to get it in the Premier Ball before I ran out, and it didn't run away. So I'm pretty sure it can run on Let's Go. In Pokemon Go, they can't. In Let's Go, I think they can. And you just have to re-battle them again, but they're no longer shiny, I think? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've shiny hunted in the games. I didn't really shiny hunt them a lot. I shiny hunted for a few things, just for the fun of it. Wasn't really trying properly. I might just be thinking of running out of balls. So I might have been sort of concerned I would run out of Premier Balls. So it's been a while. Quite a while since I've done that. I remember I did get it first encounter. But I hate the way those jump out of the ground. That could be it. I think that's why I end up using Venusaur to get Toxic on it. Because Toxic, I think, is a reliable way to beat Mewtwo. I think it was on my second playthrough that I got the shiny. I think the first playthrough I done, I didn't manage to catch it. Maybe I've done some practice runs on it, just to make sure I could beat it. Can't remember which I did. It's been a while. I can't remember what I did exactly. No, I was concerned about not getting it at the time. And it was a bit of a gamble what I was doing. I might have just not had that many Premier Balls and I just want to get it in Premier Ball. I cannot remember in the slightest. So it was quite a while ago, as I said. So, as I was using Premier Balls as well, I was limited as to how many I had. So you can't just buy them straight up. You've got to... I think what I'd done was buy a load of regular balls, sell them, then buy a load more. Yeah, sometimes a bit unclear as to how things work like that. I think I'd done some practice runs on it first, is what I'd done. But I can't remember what the condition for it running was. I think it could run, but I can't remember if it was the battle or the catch part that it could run from. So the battle would make sense if you didn't kill it fast enough, but... So I really can't remember. Yeah. So Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were quite easy to get them on. Didn't actually do that much shiny hunting on Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I actually hardly played those games, to be honest. So, played Sun and Moon and done some shiny hunting on there, but by the time I got to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I hardly played them. So I think I was still shiny hunting. I think I got busy on shiny hunts on Sun and Moon and just never got round to playing the others. Which is why I'm now going for the shiny Ash Hat Pikachu. Because I never actually claimed that before. I got most of my legends in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So I shiny hunted for most of them in that. And got most of them in that. So there's a few I'm missing, but I think I've got a lot through events and stuff as well, so I don't really need to shiny hunt on them. So I need to sort out my full shiny decks at some point. I still need to transfer everything forward from Pokemon Bank into Pokemon Home. So I might do a stream at some point where I'm just sorting out my shiny decks. It'll be years worth of shiny hunting to go through to put the decks together. Yeah, it'll probably take a while. So I might do it on stream, I might not. I'll have to see how many I've got. So I might start doing it on stream and then see how far I get. So working out what I need shiny-wise is a bit hard at the moment because I don't have that put together. So I'm just going for the Paldean stuff at the moment, as that's easy to tell, as they're all on 2 games. No, I've been doing this for so long, I've got stuff that I've just never... I think I predate shiny decks stuff, so... I did start to keep track, just in an Excel document at one point, but I lost track. I think my original plan was just to get one of each evolution line to start with. And I think I mostly done that on X and Y, I think I got up to. I think I'd pretty much got one of each evolution line. But now it's got to the point where I've got so many shinies in Scarlet and Violet that I might as well just try and fill in the rest of it. So that's what I'm going to try and do. But until I work out what... Didn't see that. Until I work out what exactly I've got, I can't really get much further with it. Yeah. So I need to sort through... I keep hitting them. I just need to sort through what I've got on Scarlet and Violet at the moment. I've got So I've got quite a few just on here to go through with. I've started to sort the Paldea stuff out, and then it just gets a bit chaotic. So, lots of shinies to go through. So, it's going to take a while. So, yeah. So, yeah. The forms was a bit stupid. Is it the Alchemy was because there was the event with the Milcery outbreaks, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. And I started hunting for as many Milcery shiny as I could, and I got enough to get every Alchemy form. So that was a bit time consuming, and they are not the easiest to spot shiny, the Milcery. They are a slight colour difference, and the eyes. It was always the eyes I had to look for. Just the black eyes rather than the white eyes. Which, not easy to spot on Pokemon that small. So the Vivian. I started calling them Vivillon at the start, but yeah, I managed to get plenty during the event. The Vivian were another difficult one to get because I had to work between Pokemon Go and the main games to get all the different forms. So, sending postcards and finding people in the right region with the right postcards to send to me to transfer to Scarlet and Violet, and then I had to get. I think I was just using outbreaks for them as well. I think I was able to find one outbreak and just farmed that for most of them. That was still very time consuming with all the different bits that I needed to do to actually get the different forms shiny. I think I accidentally ended up with a couple of extra Spuper along the way, but I don't actually know what forms they are, so I just left them in a box, not evolved, and forgot what form they were, so if I ever do evolve them, that'll be a surprise, but for now they're just sitting in a box as part of the shiny decks, so it's a bit of a mystery that may never be uncovered. What else was there? The Minior, that was another annoying one. Again, I got those from outbreaks, so because you can get the specific colours from the outbreaks, but actually finding the shiny in the outbreak is a nightmare because the shinies are not visible because of the shells on them. You have to encounter every single one in order to find which one's shiny. I think I end up saving and then redoing the outbreak, the outbreak over and over again until one popped up shiny. I think some of the outbreaks are harder to find than others as well, so or some of the colours harder to find than others because of where they spawn. You need an outbreak in a certain area to get a certain colour. Yeah, that's probably a better idea than what I've done. So I wanted a bit of a challenge. I think I'd got one of each. I think what I'd done was I'd got one of each evolution chain shiny, and that's when I started going for the different forms. Although I think the Milcery was fairly early on, so I think that was just for fun. I just wanted to do it because I could. So the Minior and the Vivian I done later on. So I didn't do them straight away. I think those ones I did have the full, or one of each evolution line already at that point. Blizzard making it harder to see them again. Oh, I hate these blooming dogs. They're so hard to spot in the snow when I'm not looking at them. I'm not looking at where I'm... Dodge one, hit the other. So, white Pokemon on the snow. Bit of a pain to spot. So these Frigibax at least are grey on the snow, so it makes it a bit easier. Well, we've got about 15 minutes left on this stream. Don't think I've been told otherwise. Just checking the phone. Nope. Haven't been told otherwise, so I'm assuming I've got 15 minutes. I may have half an hour, I'm not entirely sure. But ideal, I'd like to get one more shiny before the end. I can do it, it's just... I just got bored of it. Doing the same Dynamax raids just got a bit boring after a while, so... And you need to get the right ones to get the right Mystica. And I went through ages not getting any salty Mystica. I was doing like every one I could find, any that popped up on the online, and the events, I guess. So some of the events I just don't bother. I do them once and that's it, and nicely done, like. So some I might do. I might, when there's another one which is good for getting the salty herb mixture, especially. I might do, but tend not to get a lot of them. Yeah. So I've done... I do have until half past. So I do have until half past to shiny hunt today, so... but, that's a lot of stodle. Yeah, I just never... I just find them a bit too... sort of... The time that I put into doing the raids, I'd rather just spend shiny hunting, so... I sort of average like one shiny every half an hour doing these outbreak hunts, and when I was doing the sandwiches I was getting like 1 or 2 a sandwich, so with the time I'd actually spend getting the herb Mystica, probably doesn't work out too different. Yeah. So with the event it's probably easier, so I was doing it without events when I was doing it, but so it probably would be easier to do it that way. So I'm happy doing it the way I'm doing it. So if I get the shinies, that's fine for me. I don't actually know how many herb Mystica I've got at the moment. Nope, hold on. Yeah. Nope. There's my herb Mystica. Herb Mystica. Yeah, I've got some herb mystica. I, so I could do some sandwich hunts, but I just prefer just shiny hunting over doing the raids. So, no. I might spend some time grinding for them at some point, but... Okay, right. So I don't actually know how many more I really need for my shiny decks at the moment. So if I do need to start doing some sandwich hunts, then I'll have to grind for some more, but there's not really enough for me to warrant grinding too much. So I'm just keeping things fairly laid back rather than working to the sandwich time limit. So I don't like having the sandwiches go to waste either, so when I was hunting from sandwiches, if I didn't get a shiny from the sandwich, I'd then just restart and redo the sandwich from scratch without losing the ingredients. Which technically is a bit of a cheat, but when I was a bit limited on Herba Mystica, I couldn't really be bothered. Again, they are too hard to see in the snow. I've actually been in the bush as well, so that's helpful. It'd be good if one of those popped up shiny, but... yeah, I just like doing the outbreaks like this, so I can... Why do you look different? It's just because you're in the sun, isn't it? Yeah, just rolling around like this for a while. Quite happy doing, just to find the odd shiny. So I've been soft resetting for the Ash Hat Pikachu, which is very time consuming, so this, compared to that, the Outbreak shiny hunts are quite a bit quicker. I'm a very patient person, so when I want to be. If there's something I want to be doing more, then I tend to get a bit impatient. But when it comes to this sort of thing, not in a hurry. Just take my time. Take my time, wait for the shiny to come to me. Onto the tree again? No, just the bush. Ones under the trees are a pain to spot. Just stay out the bushes, because I think that's where the dogs are hiding. Oh, Bergmite. It's not the first time I've spotted them while I've been doing this. about 20 minutes left to find this shiny. See if I do what I've done the last 2 times and get it in the last minute. I've literally been saying I need to end now, and then the shiny appears just as I say that, which is quite lucky. I can hear my phone twittering, but I'll leave that for the moment until I've finished on the stream. And it is still going. Guessing that's Pokemon Go. It's something being knocked out of a gym. Okay, where are we? Where are you? I was thinking that I'd go for something else after finding this, or these Frigibax, but as they've taken so long, I will probably just end stream once I get this last one, assuming I do get it before I need to finish, rather than starting on something else today. The last one was more noticeable than I thought it'd be, so it shouldn't be that hard to spot. They all look yellowish underneath right now. I think that's just the lighting because of the sunset. So the lighting in this game does screw with shiny hunts at times. Right now everything is a slightly different colour to what it usually is. Except for you. So, trying to spot Bergmite for their yellow undersides. They all look yellow undersides at the moment. Which is because of the yellow from the sunset. Lighting's a pain because I keep seeing Bergmite. Don't want another shiny Bergmite, thank you very much. Where are we? I have a bad feeling one of these is going to be shiny. Oh, good. And shiny. Actually, the source book might have been. Can't really tell them. A bit harder to identify when they're shiny. Deerling, easy. Pink. Flower. Source book, not so easy. At least not the winter ones. I think the spring ones have pink flowers. You jumped into me there. Right. 15 minutes. Can I get one more shiny? Look, they look white again. Now that sunset's over, all the colours go back to normal. Sometimes I find shiny hunting at night easier because the dull lighting just makes the colours sort of pop a bit more, I guess. Makes them stand out better. Come on, shiny. Only if I do end up getting one at the last second again. It might end up being my sort of trademark, getting a last second shiny every time. Where are we? Come out, wherever you are. I'll be gonna have dinner after finishing here, and probably going for a walk to play a bit of Pokemon Go this evening when I'm done there. So I should get this. Well, it'll be uploaded onto Twitch straight away. But I'll sort out a thumbnail and then get it uploaded to YouTube shortly after. That'll be sometime tonight it'll be uploaded. All links are in my profile. Feels like there aren't as many spawning right now. We're just going too fast for them. I thought you were a shiny for a second. The light caught you, made you look lighter. Oh, good. There's the blizzard again. So this is what I was dealing with when I first shiny hunted for him. Constant, pretty much. So trying to spot a shiny in this is not easy. So I did have a isolated encounter spot for them, but if you can't see them clearly, it's not that great. if I don't get it during this stream, I'll probably just hunt for it when I get back tonight, just to get out of the way, so I can move on to something else next stream. Oh, my eyes are starting to go funny. Part of the problem with shiny hunting like this is that I tend not to blink a lot, so my eyes start to get a bit tired. I'm just so focused on checking everyone I see that I find myself not blinking in the process. Remember to quickly blink a few times just to stop my eyes from hurting too much. Every time I see them from behind, they look a different colour. Don't want me to start going in bushes as well either. Right, about 10 minutes left, give or take. Stop having your back to me, it's really... And there's the blizzard again. Right, towards the end, I keep getting blizzards. Hardly had any up to this point. Now I'm just getting loads of them. Take a sip of drink while I wait for this blizzard to pass. Just a sip. Okay, so this is taking its time to pass, so just carry on and see what happens. So this slows me down because they're harder to see. It's going to be a longer blizzard. Back. Well, that was helpful. I just want to double check because it was in the shade. People are always complaining about the glitches in this game, but I've never really had that much trouble with the glitches. I've had a couple, so a couple of laggy moments, but nothing too bad. And a lot of the time I get by without even noticing the laggy bits. So people complain about the water, but I hardly ever have. I hardly ever notice anything with the water being laggy. So this blizzard is really going on for a while. Yes. Oh, bunch of delibird. Come on. Shiny. Another last second shiny would be great. It would be very funny and great for the shiny hunt as well. So I've got that with it. Dealing and what's the last one I done? Can't remember what the last one was. Both times it was literally a case of, I'm about to end, there's the shiny. I've got 3 shinies so far this stream. Let's try and make it 4 in the last couple of minutes. I've got about 4 minutes before I need to go. Don't be a dealing, don't be a dealing. It's not dealing. As much as it would be good, it's to get one in the last seconds of the last few seconds of the stream. It is a bit annoying because I just want to get the shiny and be done. If it waits for the very last second to appear, that doesn't really allow me to just get the shiny and be done. Just waiting to the last possible minute to show it. Come on. So last one was easy to spot. Well, easier than I thought it would be. So just do that again, just have one pop up. Was that the moon just shot across the sky? As I'm saying about not noticing glitches and I see the moon shoot across the sky at that speed. I did see that, right? Last minute shiny, please. So on average, I get fairly good luck with the outbreaks. But that is an average, and they can take a while. They can be really quick, they can be really slow. This is a slow one. And right now I need to be finishing, and unfortunately that's only 3 of the 4 shinies are... or 3 shinies, and only one of the ones I was after. Because I did want a second Frigibax, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get one on stream today. So I'm slowing down to hope a last second one appears. I am going to have to call that a day, I think. Just do one more quick reset and have to go. This will be my last chance. Just looking at everything else around the place, just in case something else appears shiny. Or the Bergmite. We have non-shiny, 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 non-shiny. I feel like there should be more. Well, that looks like it. Well, that's unfortunate. Didn't get the other one that I was after. So I'm going to have to call it there. So I got 3 shinies out of today's stream. That's not too bad. So just save that. I will probably be live again Monday, I think. I'll be live again. Probably doing another shiny hunt of some description. Not entirely sure what yet, but I'll see what pops up in outbreaks. So I'll probably get this other Frigibax tonight. So it shouldn't take me long now. So it's probably close to showing up. But if you want to know when I go live, please drop me a follow on Discord. Everything will be uploaded both on Discord and YouTube. After stream, so you can also check me out there. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I will see you around.